accidental hotelier. That's the interesting part about myself.
Kind of a traveler should choose a Maldives as a destination? Is it
Venetian, Macau, and Marina Bay Sands, they asked me to join them.
really this whatever drama politically happened, and India was not traveling to Maldives.
And that's how my hotel journey started.
January, this is the peak time for honeymooners.
Really affected because of that diplomatic issues. They are the real Maldivian hospitality.
Welcome to another episode of Soulful Conversation with Raaghav Sally. Today we have Mr. Rakesh Gupta, who is India sales head of Sun Siyam Group. So let me introduce. Welcome, sir. Welcome to our podcast. Sir, let me just first of all, just let me have your introduction first from you.
Very good morning to you
Thank you.
and to the viewers. I am Rakesh Gupta, Director of Sales and Marketing for India for Sun Siyam Resorts. We'll be talking more about Sun Siyam Resorts, but before that, I would like to give brief about myself. I'm into this industry for almost 20 years, but accidental hotelier. That's the interesting part about myself. I was still, my heart is a travel trade guy.
Wow.
Worked for companies like Cox and Kings, Keone, VFS2, and then accidentally, because Venetian, Macau, and Marina Bay Sands, they asked me to join them, and that's how my hotel journey started. So
Wow.
that's what I am today in front of you, working for Sun Siyam Group.
So if I talk about in brief with you for your, like, as you mentioned, so how was the experience if you're working with the travel agencies and if you're working with an hotel aid? So where do you think the difference comes out in the industry?
So in our school days, we used to learn that circle is 360, semicircle is 180, and then 90-degree. So I can say now that I have covered that 360-degree, like
Wow.
both the sides I have experienced, the travel trade side and now the supplier as a hotelier side. So what hoteliers think, what travel trade thinks about each other. And if I have to tell you about the crux of the whole thing, we need both, like, because the travel trade, they advises to their guest, to their client, about what is good for them, on their thought, on their dream, what the destination suits them, right? You can explain, picture paint the whole destination or a resort or a hotel when you are aware of where the online
Absolutely.
systems can't give that briefs.
Definitely.
So the offline agents are must for the destinations like Maldives, because the core criteria, every resort sounds same.
Absolutely.
And if you go to their respective website or if you see the presentation or any marketing material, everything is outstanding.
It's everything is
But how
outstanding.
it differs,
Yeah.
that's where you all comes
Enter into
as
the
a
market.
lead person,
Right.
and you explain them, if you guide your guest to the right places. So when I was with the travel trade, we used to get a training, and the core part of that training, ki offline exists because we add value to guest travel plans.
Absolutely. So
Right.
this thing, that line you have used is the major, it's gonna be the major part of this podcast. Because see, honestly, me also being from a travel agency background, a travel agent owner, and now that we are doing all offline. So this is the major thing which people come in. You suggest me what do should I do? You suggest me wherever you say, I'll go. So there is a very major chunk of people who wants to take our advice, our opinion. So I think that is where online OTAs, where they fail and where the offline travel agents win. But other than the market feel or other than the booking prices, if we exclude that in the context, so when we talk about like very recently we have done a booking of some major some client, so he was like, wherever you say I travel. I mean, like, sir, it's your choice.
True.
It's your this thing. But now that I am dealing with that client since almost now 7 years, they have multiple, being with us. So now we know their taste and everything. So I'll be like, sir, nahi, ye aapke liye sahi nahi rahega. So you try and do this. This is for you. This is not for you. So, you understand a people's perception. सो दे कम आउट, यार इस बार पैसे नहीं खर्चने, इस बार ये वाला ऐसे वाला सीन है, अच्छा ठीक है, सो वो पैसे नहीं खर्चने, बीइंग डीलिंग विद देम विद 7 years, सो आई नो वो पैसे कहाँ तक नहीं खर्चने और
True.
कितने लेवल के नहीं
You know
खर्चने.
that elasticity.
Exactly. So that's how we go. So that is where offline travel is, and I think they're gonna have a market for long. I don't think so that OT is gonna be taking over an offline thing. So people need a personal touch every time. I think so. That's my perception. I don't
I
know.
would like to add my insight on this. As I said, I started almost being into this industry for 20 years. So online, it's been started almost 18, 19 years back.
Right.
With they were coming aggressively, the pricing and everything.
Yeah, approximately 2004, 2005.
So that time we used to think offline will vanish.
Hmm.
Not from India, any part of the world, offline is still shining, and the percentage is growing. The business percentage is growing for offline. Reason being, for the any experience destination where online can't justify the thought process and what they want, what they are booking, and how the travel will be, offline will always exist and it will grow.
So this would be very different for you to listen. I don't know whether you'll be there. There's no surprise to that, obviously. But recently, we have had a booking from USA.
Mhm.
So we have clients in US and all. We have clients around the globe. So we were that this is a new customer which were being introduced to us. So these guys took a some online Expedia or something. I don't know. They took a quotation for Vietnam, complete package and everything. So they ended up booking with us because whenever, so if it's vice versa, we have day, they have night, so they have night, we have day. So in nights when the guys used to get up, so they were used to be a long calls. These guys are a group of almost two couples, so they would also come in, they'll also come in, they'll discuss every portion of it, and they ended up booking it with us. So as you said, so supporting to that, yes, I think there is an offline market. It's just about the service that we need to put on it.
So travel trade doesn't charge for the experience or specialization what you add
Absolutely.
in the what is it, that travel process and the whole journey of the guest
So
travel
that's the
plan.
best part of the travel.
Right. But the bottom line is, which is invisible compared to offline and online. Offline always has a higher age. And I believe the most of the travelers, they have started understanding. And that's why they are coming back to you regularly
Absolutely.
and asking for. They have all the, what do you say, the apps and everything in their fingertips, but still they are coming
Still
back,
they're coming
booking
back.
through you.
Correct.
So that's what the future is.
Absolutely. Totally agreed. So coming back to this thing.
Yes.
So coming to now from your background to coming to now Sun Siyam's background. So what do you think? So let me just have a little idea about Sun Siyam background, how it started off, what it is all product about, so that people can have a little clear idea. Because see, in India, Sun Siyam, definitely Maldives it is a very big product. I being a travel agent, so I know it. But when it's a Maldives, when people have traveled a lot in the time of COVID, the COVID has given a lot of attention to the Maldives especially. So if I talk about Sun Siyam group, people know Taj, people know Marriott, people know Accor, but people don't know Sun Siyam at times. So we need to, explain people that Sun Siyam is a big group and all that. So let me just have it from you so that people can have a direct idea, clear idea, that from a director, salesperson of that group explaining it, I think you will be able to explain it much better.
Sun Siyam Resorts, it's a very interesting brand. How it is interesting? It started 30 years back. It's the most successful homegrown brand.
Wow.
So whatever the big names you take or you took recently,
Taj,
yes,
Marriott,
uh, from the travel trade guys, from the guests who've been to these properties also in Maldives and our properties in Maldives, they come back again and again to our properties. Reason being, we are the real Maldivian hospitality.
Wow.
It's out of the box what we deliver to the guest when they are on ground.
Okay.
Being a local homegrown brand, we have an edge because we have kept a very fine mix of a local Maldivian tradition versus the modern rooms, the look and feel, but still connected very much to the roots of Maldives. So if you are or your guests are traveling to any of our Sun Siyam resorts, they get the feel of both the ends. Modern rooms and modern look is everywhere in the world, but whenever you go to a certain country, you would like to experience that local touch
Absolutely.
also.
Absolutely.
That's what Sun Siyam is known for. In precise, we are the largest group
Wow.
with the largest inventory
So how
for
many hotels you
Maldives.
have is five.
So we have in total 5 resorts in Maldives and one in Sri Lanka,
One in Sri
which is
Lanka.
on the eastern side, Pasikuda,
Oh wow.
right? And so coming back to Maldives only, so 5 resorts starting from our luxury uh, property, which is Sunsham Irufushi. It's a 5-star luxury property with a personal butler service resort. The highlights, if I will talk about before I explain you about my resorts, Maldives and Sunsham, right? Both is exclusive and synonym to each other because the thought process or the ideas when anyone thinks about Maldives after seeing that photographs, movies or videos or wherever they get inspired by, we match that dream of that guest when they come to our properties, they get that look, feel, that wowness. So the highlights of our group is all our resorts are natural islands,
Wow.
right? So there are many resorts which are coming up, which has came up in past with a what is a reclaimed
That's
island.
what I was saying. So they're man-made
Yes,
islands as well?
there are man-made islands in Maldives
In
also.
Maldives as well?
Yes,
I was not aware about that.
yes, there are many resorts which are being created into that. But bottom line, if I will ask you as a travel agent, if I'm acting as a travel agent and you are a traveler, and will give you just one choice, ki which you would like to go for a natural island or you want to go for reclaimed. I don't have to wait for an answer.
Absolutely.
Everyone wants to go for that natural
Natural
part,
island,
right?
correct.
So we are having all the islands are natural. Our islands, depending on it's a mix of islands. So we have created 5 resorts. Out of that, 2 resorts are having a small islands. So the guests who are looking for a very cozy, very personalized and smaller island and my time, that 2 resorts fits into their thought process, which is Sansham Iru Valley and Sansham Vilu Reef.
Wow.
But coming back again, Sansham Iru Fushi,
So
it's
let me just before we start on this, let me just have five names of the island. So bottom one is
bottom one. If I start from the first
basic
step, Sansham Oluveli,
Oluweli,
which is a 4-star deluxe.
correct?
Then that's the only property by speedboat,
Okay.
and the rest 4 properties are by seaplane.
Seaplanes.
So one step up, we have 2 5-star properties. One is Sansham Vilu Reef.
Vilu Reef. Okay.
This is the property which I was talking about before this video started. It's the only property in Maldives which gets the highest repeater clients.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right.
So
right.
for me, Sansham Vilu Reef is a heart at the right place. That's the kind of product it is.
Correct.
Whosoever goes, he just becomes a fan of that product. So that's again 5-star property. It has the best house reefs known for. Then on the same level, we have Siam World.
Siam World.
So we call it 5-star.
Okay.
So this both are 5-star under our banner.
Okay.
But characteristics wise, it's purely different.
Purely different as in?
So Vilu Reef, small island, 103 rooms property.
Correct.
Very personalized, very cozy, my time. out of the world experience. But being many countries like Indians also love to go,
Mhm.
most of them, not everyone, most of
Mhm.
the people when they go, they look for, I need some happening things. I need a
Absolutely.
nightlife. I
I
need some water park or some adventurous things. Adrenaline rush, that what we call it
Yeah.
in short. Siam World is just opposite of that. It's the largest island,
Oh wow.
right? It's 104-hectare island
Okay.
and 472 rooms. So
Um,
even the resort is 100% full, still the island looks empty.
yeah,
You
because
will
it's
find
huge.
the people in the restaurants and that, yeah, otherwise in the common areas and the beaches and all, you have your own personalized time, your own time,
Your own
your
time.
my time, right? So that's Siam World. Like, it has a overwater park, which is the first in Maldives.
Mhm.
So in short, if I have to tell, we are the trendsetters in Maldives. So it has the largest Indian restaurant, and that's to overwater.
Siam World.
Yes,
Oh wow.
with
Over
80
water.
overwater,
Oh wow.
right? It's a 82-seater a la carte restaurant, not a buffet,
Not a buffet. Okay.
right? So the experience when you go for a la carte, it's multiplies,
Multiplies. Absolutely.
right? So that's the first thing. Second is the, I have already explained about the overwater park,
Hmm.
which is one of the most happening, and it's not only for the kids, it's for adults only. They love to explore,
Okay.
right? Other than that, it
It's not for the
has,
kids. So in
no,
Sun
no,
Siam,
it's
the
not only
so
kids
it's only
which
kids.
are excited about,
Okay.
it's all adults also go
Oh,
for
okay.
that,
So I thought that
right?
it's
So
only for.
Bollywood, if I talk about Bollywood and all,
Hmm.
like, we get back to back many celebrities who come for to experience these things only.
Absolutely.
So we have first time in the Maldivian soil, horse came into the picture, that is Siam World.
Oh wow.
So we have horses, like we have our own place. And other than that, we have go-kart, which we started recently 2 months back. It's a
Go
new
karting
addition.
in Sun Siam World.
Yes, so it's a first thing
Oh wow.
in Maldives. Again, one more first thing is, we have the international size and created and maintained by the international company, the soccer field, the full size soccer field,
Soccer field. I mean, like full size
full
soccer
size
field.
soccer field
Oh wow.
in
I
Siam
thought there
World.
would be some inside small soccer.
No, it's
So
a full size, like all celebrity players, the football players and other, they come, they stay for a month, 2 months, 15 days, and from their country and other parts of the country, the kids come for that training and all. So it's a experience what we are creating.
now this is new and this is huge.
Yes,
So I mean, in an island, if you have such a big soccer ground and I mean, you're practicing there, so vibe is different. I think
true.
you'll get a very different vibe
So we have 21 restaurants and bar, which is the largest number in Maldives
in Sun
as
Siam
compared
world
Siam
only.
World.
Only,
Yes,
or it's including all these ones
it's in the island only,
in
and
Sun
it's,
Siam world only one
yes, yes,
island.
yes. We call it Siam World, not Sunsham World. Uh, and rest all properties we start with Sunsham, and with Siam World we keep it Siam World as a signature name,
Oh wow.
right? And as I was sharing you about the first timer about Siam World, 21 restaurants and bar, horses, your water park, all rooms comes with a personal pool.
All rooms.
Yes, all water villa comes with a pool plus slide.
Oh, wow, you're giving me
So,
some tempting information.
so that's what. So there are many things. These are few things which I had shared about, but there are many things which, when guest goes to, as I started my conversation with, to the online site of any of the global platforms to book, they will not get this information. They will get
Absolutely.
all these things when they come to you all and ask you what is good for me. I'm going with one kid or I'm going on a honeymooner, but this is my thought process. We have the largest, biggest night party places in Siam World,
Oh wow.
right?
And this is something which is missing in the Maldives. Usually, people miss as the night place and the place. I mean, most of the I had one of my guests was there in the Maldives. They said 9 o'clock everything was shut. So restaurants were shut. We had to go in rooms. So this was something because they were night people. So sleeping at 10 o'clock is not our cup of tea. So by the time I used to sleep, it was a breakfast time, and when you have the breakfast included and everything, and you don't have anything to do next day, and you don't have any other restaurant also to go, so it was we had to get up early and we have to go for breakfast because pattern of my life was changed for these 4 nights. So that was the if you
So when you
have
talk about nightlife, all five resorts we have a every evening from 7:30 and 8 onwards, the entertainment starts. And every day there's something different. So if you're there for a week also, you will see every day something new thing is coming up. Maybe some days a live music, local dance, which is Bodeberu's show. We have a DJ night. We have crab race. We have different things. So evening time, almost most of the guests are there in that uh, pub area, that restaurant area, that bar area where this evenings takes off.
wow.
So for every guest, if they are thinking, like especially when I talk about the Indians, when they decide on any destinations, they look not only look for the destination, like they look for key nightlife, they look for adventures, they look for some shopping also, right? These are the main things. So we have a shopping, small shopping arenas where you can pick some goodies for your loved ones
Oh wow.
in every resort.
So you have shopping areas also.
Yes.
Now this is all I think most of the people must know, because many of the people say that what would be there on an island, so that's gonna be boring, it's gonna be very dead show, something like
And they
that.
are right. I also used to think 6.5 years back before I joined here, and I went first time to Maldives, and I realized that this is out of the world. So I have traveled to many countries. If not wrong, almost more than 30, 32 countries I have traveled. Every country is unique. But when I went to Maldives, it really opened my eyes, because when I was into travel trade and someone used to ask me Maldives, and I used to say, "Sir, क्या करोगे?" है ना, पानी है, आइलैंड है,
Island
क्या कर
क्या
लोगे
कर
आप,
लोगे?
है ना? And I realized कि how wrong I was, uh, because maybe I have not done my homework properly, or I have not seen. So the bottom line is कि till the time you don't see it, you don't realize कि
Absolutely.
what the product is or what the destination is. It really opened my eyes, and that opening of eyes and coming back from nothing is there to everything is there. And with this company, I joined almost 6.5 years back, 2018. 2017, we used to do almost 1700. We have done 1700 room nights plus almost some odd numbers, 1700 plus. Yeah, last year we closed from India market 35,000 plus room nights. So the journey from 1700 room nights started to
So this is
35,000 plus room nights from
com-
Indian market
to complete Sun Sam group.
to complete Sun Siyam group.
Wow.
So that's the journey we have seen, and it's not possible
It's
because
huge
without
now.
the travelers, their trust,
Absolutely.
without you all who guide them properly and tell them, ki, no, this is what you won't believe. I never used to think in past in my travel trade also. Any guest used to come, if they've been to Thailand, they will say next time I'll go to Dubai.
Yeah.
I'll go to this destination here. There are many repeaters for Maldives are in India. Like we have one guest from Goa. I won't name them. They have the largest, what do you say, nightclub in Goa. They have the largest. Like in one go, more than 5,000 people. They can dance,
Wow.
party, and
So
all.
I'm sure people must have known by who have people who have been regular to Goa, they must be knowing now who is it.
Yeah, let them guess. And he's a big businessman. Every 4 to 5 months, he goes to Sansham, that sorry, Siam World.
Siam World.
Yes, he been to our other properties also, but once he went to Siam World because he looks for like lots of parties also plus a fun also. And Siam World, one more highlight I would like to add, as I was talking about the highlight and the first timer, it's a 24-hour all-inclusive resort. That
24
means
hours.
yes, the
Usually
rest
the Maldives do not have this facility.
they start
All the
at
resorts.
10 or 11 in the morning and close the bars by 11, 11:30 or 12, depending on resorts rule. Like it
Mhm.
varies from resort to resort. But
Siam World.
Siam World, which we started 2.5 years back, it's a 24-hour wow all inclusive. That means there is one sports bar which
Mhm.
is there. So even at 2 a.m., a guest thinks, yeah, chalo ek, have a drink or let's grab a sandwich.
Correct.
It is there.
Oh
He
wow.
doesn't have to wait for the next day.
Oh wow. So usually, because this is what I'm saying now, so this is what we get a review from the guest is that 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock last, we were in the rooms and we had nothing to do after that. But
Yes.
now what you're telling me is little more tempting than that.
Plus, first time we have not yet shared this information with the trade, but finally I got that update yesterday. It was going on. I was part of that. All our resorts now becoming 24-hour all inclusive.
So,
All five
guys, we
resorts.
need to book Sun Siyam every time because now that Sun Siyam, now the Maldives is no more a dead destination. Basically, you're trying
Yes.
to say that.
Yes.
So, I would like to come back also. How many times that guest has repeated themselves to that?
The Goa one,
The Goa one.
seventh time he went almost 4.5, 5 months back.
And I was just, you were just telling me the guest, somebody has repeated 49th time.
Yes, we have one German couple, and it is there in the YouTube. You or the people who are seeing this video, they can go and type in YouTube Mama Papa and Vilurif, Vilurwf.
Okay.
They will say many videos of different guests who are repeaters to Vilurif.
Wow.
But this Mama Papa, if you are writing Mama Papa,
Mhm.
you will see their videos. So
Mhm.
every time when they come, because they are repeaters, the welcome is grand,
Wow.
right? And we create some concept every time to welcome them. And that concept, what we created, we create a video and we post it on the YouTube, and it's really famous. The views are really high because they have their own fan base.
So I am just remember it's going in my mind 49 times तो शायद मैं अपने नाना नानी या दादा दादी के घर भी नहीं गया हूँ.
They come almost 4 to 5 times in a year.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
they are very active, uh, elderly couple, most loving. So the whole Maldives, they know them. So even if you are on the seaplane and taking out that seaplane, that book, which is a
Mhm.
monthly book, you'll find somewhere this him featured for some reason or some other reason.
Wow. Wow.
So he is a mascot for Maldives, that I can say that.
Definitely, I think Maldives government should take him as some brand ambassador or something like that.
Yes, it's been recognized. It's been recognized, and but yes, that's the wow. As I was sharing,
Wow.
so we started with Sun Siyam Valley, which is our first property, 4-star deluxe by speedboat. Then comes all 4 resorts by seaplane. Willow Reef, Sun Siyam Willow Reef,
Correct. 5 star.
and a 5-star Siam World,
Siam
both in the
World.
same, but characteristics
Absolutely.
wise, all our 5 resorts are different,
Correct.
right? And on the 5-star premium, we have one property, Sun Siyam Iru Valley.
Iru Valley, yes.
All rooms are suites with personal pool,
Correct.
right?
Okay.
And then we have our top property is a 5-star luxury, is Sun Siyam Iru Fushi.
Iru Fushi.
Yes,
So that is the topmost.
that's our topmost. It's a personal butler service resort. It's a 52-acre island,
Oh wow.
just 218 keys. But the island is so big. And when you go to a different islands, because I have seen many resorts and all, and when you arrive in Irofushi, you feel like you are into a dream world, because the flora, fauna, and each and everything. And if it's a natural island, because it's 100,000 years old island, so the
Absolutely.
whole natural things, like it's surrounded that island, like if they are getting into the water, they can see live corals
Oh wow.
in very, like, just a step away.
Wow.
So that's the difference between the, as I was explaining, the natural and the man-made or maybe reclaimed island. And it's a personal butler service resort. I repeated, I'm again saying it. So anytime guest wants to go from A point to B point, he will come pick it up. He will do all your bookings. If you want to do some activities, you want to have a dinner at Indian restaurant, a lunch at Trio, which is an Italian restaurant, and the next day dinner he wants to go for a French cuisine, right? He will manage everything. If you wish, he will pick you up and drop you. But most of the, let me tell you, most of the because all our resorts, we call it barefoot resort. Most of the guests, even Indians, like I'm really delighted to see from last 3.5, 4 years, the Indians had started walking. They walk a lot
Ah, they walk a lot.
because when we go from the metro cities, we have very, like, maybe our park or maybe we go to the gym. But when you see that open area, you love to walk.
Absolutely.
So that's what Irufushi is.
So okay, so coming like now we have information about a little brief information about all the five resorts and everything. So coming to now, next thing is very major thing which we come to know and which people ask us is the kid policy. So is there any kid policy difference in all the properties, or kids are welcome till what extent they one kid can fit in? Or we very often we get that obviously most of people have two kids, so one is adult about 12, one. So is there any differentiation between them, or something to be taken care of?
So resort wise, we have a different kids policy,
Okay.
but we are again here a trendsetter. I believe I have repeated this word many a times, but it really means, I mean it. We started this trend, and still there are, I believe, I don't remember anyone who is following. Two of our resort has a kids policy, which is less than 15 years, two kids are complimentary.
Two kids are complimentary. And which are these two properties?
Sun Siyam Irufushi, which is our 5-star luxury, and Sun Siyam Oluveli, which is a speedboat.
Which is a base one.
Yes. So in the speedboat property, even speedboat is also complimentary for them.
Yes, yes, I know that.
Yes.
That's
But being a seaplane is a third party.
Mhm.
If the guest is like going with the kids, the resort part, the meals, whatever they have gone for all inclusive, so everything all inclusive except for the kids, we don't allow liquor, even their parents doesn't allow. So everything they get complimentary, whatever their parents had bought as a package, other than the seaplane.
Seaplane.
But when it comes to Olu Valley, the transfer is also complimentary. They just
Complimentary,
pay the green tax.
Absolutely. So green tax is obviously there. That's from
It's a
the
$6
government side.
per person per night.
Per person per
Yes.
night. That is there. So that is something which you cannot even
True,
help, of
true.
course. So now let's come to the little dark side of the Maldives, which that COVID has happened recently. That some India and Maldives tension has also happened. So you being an hotelite and you getting all the insights of that place and everything. So how was Sun Siyam group affected in both the things? So now we'll have one by one. So first is the COVID part, which I personally, to an extent, I believe that was a golden period for Sun Siyam Group, maybe because
Yes.
that was the time, being an agent, even I sold a lot of project people to the Maldives at that time.
True.
So that was the only place which we were going fearlessly because there was no visa, nothing. So how was it as an hotelite for you? How was the experience to sell at that time?
So our group was the first one who proposed the government, if we are going to open, we are ready to open.
Oh, wow.
And that was, I remember, on 2020, from March onwards, everything was closing.
Yeah, India 20th March, everything was shut.
Yes. And we reopened 3 of our resorts on 18th of July.
Wow.
And by October, other 2 resorts also we had, other 1 resort we had opened, because
Yeah.
Siam World we opened on 2023. That's our latest property. But all 4 resorts on 2020 we have opened. And yes, it was the only destination which was opened. Even India has not started traveling on 18th of July when we opened first. Like it
Yeah.
was only few countries like Russia and 1 or 2 more countries
They were traveling.
were traveling. It's a sad time for the mankind.
Absolutely.
It's really like everyone, we have gone through our share of pain,
Absolutely.
and we lost someone known.
Definitely.
But when it comes to the Maldives as a destination, when almost all resorts, when they opened on the first lot or second lot or third lot, they were going through 2%, 1% occupancy. There are few 10%, 15% occupancy or 20%
Correct.
occupancy. Touch wood, we were going with the almost 80%, 90% occupancy.
Oh wow. 80%, 90% occupancy.
Yes.
Definitely, because honestly
Initial July 18th, when we opened, maybe in a month time, we picked up that like that occupancy, and it really worked in our favor because our group, like Sun Siyam, being it's one of the most lovable brand globally,
Globally,
not
right?
only in India, like the whole, any part of the world you go, Sun Siyam Resort is considered as one of the most premium brand,
Absolutely.
and it's a local brand. So the people who do little bit of homework about the destination when they go, they will realize ki Sun Siyam comes on the top. Like whatever the big names you say,
Absolutely.
it's a affiliation they take
Yeah.
from third party, like,
Correct. Correct.
but it's our own brand. Like in India we have Oberoi,
Absolutely.
right? We have Lalit.
We have
So
Lalit.
it's like that we are our homegrown brand, and we the whole
Every
Maldives.
country has their
Yes.
homegrown brands. Like if we talk about Thailand, we have Santara, we have
Yes.
Amari.
Yes.
If we go
Yes.
on Dubai, we have some other brands. We have some their
And
local brands.
interestingly, our share of business globally, which comes to Maldives, our share is almost 24%, being the
Oh,
largest hotel chain.
I mean, that's 1/4 of the complete lot.
Yes. So even like I'll give you one instance. This like we call lean season because Europeans that time don't travel. Russians also travel less because of summer season in their country. They come
Absolutely.
for the sun, right?
Right.
Mostly.
Mostly.
So from May to October, September is a lean season. This year, April was little bit lighter for everyone, but from May onwards till August, we were full house, all 5 resorts.
Full house.
Yes.
No,
Whereas
usually in India, if I'm not mistaken, we consider August and September as the July mid onwards. Basically, you can say as a lean season. Reason being is the rain. So
Yes,
basically,
yes, yes.
rain start hitting May onwards. You know, it's rain heavily in
True.
India. So uh, it's a mindset basically that now northern India, when northern India start raining, obviously southern region starts by May. So
True.
till the time it reaches the northern region of the India, so people say now it's we cannot travel.
True.
Airports are shut at times, or delayed flights are delayed, or something. Even airlines do, they suspend little flights to Maldives and such destinations, or they make the little less movement. If there are 3 flights in a day, they make it one or something like that. So that we consider as, me personally, if I say that, I consider like August and September are a little lean towards.
Yes. So
Because
September
October
for
on-
us was also lean as compared to what we went through in the like from May to August. But yes, September is the leanest season for everyone, like in the whole 12 months. But that's what Sansham is like. We have like when you travel to our property or any of our guests, they travel to our property, they don't see only one nationality.
That's the best
Ki
part.
it's only Russian or it's only Indian or it's only Chinese. We have a right mix of all nationalities. So when you go to that island, you get that a different vibe, different look and feel, different what do you say? That wowness,
Attraction of wowness.
yes,
That
it has a global travelers, and they all are coming from the best of their segments, from the
Absolutely.
best of the families, best of the people who are coming to that resort. So the whole experience, it multiplies
Absolutely.
for the guest when they are
first
there.
experience is the last experience.
True.
It's been said. So that's a basic saying in the world.
Yes,
And
yes.
first experience has to be good. So agar pehli bari mein it's going good, then you understand it's good. So
Agree.
that's how it is.
Agree.
So now coming to the second, the dark part of it. How was it when, very recently this whatever drama politically happened, and, India was not traveling to Maldives? I don't know whether it's true or not, but I heard a news still that there were only 150 packs traveling in this year, January, if I'm not mistaken, because this has happened last year only, if I'm not mistaken. So 150 packs only traveled to Maldives just because they had the existing bookings with them. So how was that part being dealt by Sun Siyam Group?
So let me tell you, there were many rumors.
Oh wow!
Right. So social media, we all know, it's known for like there are few people who are sitting behind and they enjoying doing all this. Whatever happened was sad. Even I agree to that, and I shared the same thought process what we Indians, as an Indian, I think, or as we all think, the same thing. I pass it on to the management, and our management is really very active, and they had passed it to the concerned like political outfits and everywhere wherever it is required, wherever it has to be. Yeah. So our group also has played a big role. How happened, what happened, I'm not getting into that nitty gritty because that's not our area.
Absolutely.
But it was just a, I will say it was just a, like, the few of our members who were the first time,
Mhm.
and maybe they have not calculated कि a simple line will change the whole
Correct.
scenario,
Mm.
right? And they might, everyone has realized later on, because without India, like Maldives needs India as one of their partner, because we are the closest,
Correct.
right? One of the closest country.
And there are many
So
other connections as
yes,
well. Sorry to
so
interrupt. Yeah.
yes, it has affected everyone
Correct.
and to us also.
Mm.
But like you said, 150 people only traveled in January. That's absolutely a wrong number and all, and it's all
Fake number.
it's a fake imagination, or what we call it in a very
Because I was known that flights are cancelled. So they were only via flight because January there were
flights were not
they
cancelled though
were
fast, because there were bookings already there.
yeah,
So we had picked up the booking from India from October to December. We have picked up for January, February, March.
obviously.
And you have seen few of the social posts where say ki 90% cancellation, like
Huh.
everyone has cancelled and all. And I will say the cancellation percentage was near to, for Sunsham resorts, I can say 9% or something. But average cancellation, if any bookings takes place, like you say, ki, please hold the room. So average cancellation comes in between 2.6 to 3%. So 3% versus 9%, the difference was, I believe, 6% only. The 6% is was the change what we saw in terms of the booked rooms got cancelled.
Got
It
cancelled.
was not 80%, 90%. That was absolutely
Because
wrong information.
because one of the very famous OTAs, I don't want to take, I'll not take the
Yes.
name. So they announced that we have cancelled all the existing bookings and everything. So that rumor or that created a lot of rumors. I would suggest that ways. When they announced that we have cancelled, so then there came in a rumor that there is no flights, but we told our clients that there are flights. There is one flight which is operating and everything like that. So then the flights came into the cancellation, and then later on it was like there are only 150 50 people traveled to Maldives in the month of January. Then we came and start getting into this news. We had our clients who were we were in discussion with our clients who were traveling, who were planning the travel to in the month of either March, because January, this is the peak time for honeymooners. So a lot of weddings happen. So, and a lot of after wedding the people travel to Maldives and everything. So there were a lot of people who were planning it too. Then they had to cancel it. Somebody shifted themselves to Thailand or UAE or somewhere near around. So this is how it came into the, the all those rumors started came coming into the picture. So that is what, now that if you're clearing out the air that only that 6% was affected, and if it is a 9% in totality and 3% people were still booking and still going, I'm definitely sure, because it was more of effect on the northern region than in the southern region. Whereas I know travel agents in the southern region, they didn't even cancel much. They said
Yeah.
that
But the new bookings has reduced. That's a fact. The cancellation was not that much. The people who had booked made their mind, they didn't wanted to change it because they have issued the tickets and all. But we were very flexible as a Sunsham Resorts. We were very clear ki even if someone doesn't want to go, we will refund them 100%.
oh, wow.
Because we were like, Sunsham always like very close to Indian sentiments and Indian. Correct. Yeah, so
Correct.
we were on from day one. We came up, we have issued the notice, as well as we have shared that notification to our partners ki
I
if
got
someone
that.
wants to cancel,
Yeah,
we are happy to
correct.
help them,
Correct.
right? And they are most welcome to come in future.
Correct.
So yes, the business has reduced, the new bookings has fallen. And so April was for us really affected because of that diplomatic issues. But May onwards till August, the lean season, like we got the pickup from rest of the world, so we got saved. So the most interesting thing which I would like to share from last 3.5 months, Oluveli, Sansham Oluveli, India market become number one again. The
Wow.
pickup from Indian market.
Oh wow. Uluveli is, I think, see, on a very serious note, if somebody, I don't know if any of my client will be listening to this video or not, uh, they know if they're talking about Maldives, now, the first property I refer them is, sir, Uluveli. So
Right.
then they come out as, ki, nahi, we want seaplane, sir, Iruveli. So this is how I promote Sun Siyam to people, that I have, see, on a very serious note, giving you on record feedback also. I suggest them go for a grand room. So if you're going for a grand room property, you're going in a basic comfort zone, which you know वो कहते हैं ना, इतने इस पैसे में इतना ही मिलेगा, तो वो मैंने कहा सर, इतने पैसे अगर आप खर्च रहे हो and you're going for an Oluveli grand room, you'll get a ample amount of luxury and a comfort zone and whatever amenities you need. And touch wood, Maldives and Sun Siyam in a combination. I have such a client base that nobody has come out and said, "Sir, maza nahi aaya." And I don't know. This is now my new question, which is I'm gonna ask you. I mean, in continuation, that what do you suggest, that how many nights basically an honeymooner or a normal family, if it is traveling, for example, with a kid or without. So, how many nights do you suggest that should spend in Maldives in a Sun Siam group, where now that you have so many activities where they can enjoy the complete core. Because other, like for example, if we said the people come here 3 nights जाना है Maldives चले जाते हैं, वहाँ कुछ करने को तो है नहीं. This is how it comes out to us. So now that if you're telling me that you have 24-hour things and so many activities, like for example go-karting and all that stuff, so what do you suggest, that how many nights the people should spend so that they're able to cover up everything?
So I'll start with the other nationalities, how it works. Like Europeans, like UK, they come for 12 to 30 nights on an average.
Wow.
They come for 15-20 nights also, but average is 12 to 13 nights. Russians and Japanese and all few more nationalities, they come for their average is 7 to 8 nights.
Wow.
When I started, the Indian average was 3 point some night. That means few people were going for 3 nights
Or some
and
for
then
four.
4 nights. But almost last year when we were getting that report, so the average has crossed 4.5.
Now people are going to 4 nights to 5 nights. Average.
Even 6 nights, 7 nights also people are going.
Average 4 to 5 nights.
My personal suggestion, minimum 5 nights you should go for.
Wow.
Because there are so many things to explore, even if you are not non-swimmer. Most of the people, they think, nahi yaar, mujhe to swimming aati nahi hai, what will I do? Even they are non-swimmer. We have so many things for the non-swimmers also in the water activities other than other activities. So many things to do. If they go for a 4 nights also, not after 1 or 2 nights, they come to know about the island properly, how it's going on, because everything is new. If they are going for the first time to Maldives, for me, when I went for the first time, for first 3-4 days, I was just trying to understand how the resort is, and also it's a curiosity.
Obviously.
So my personal suggestion, go for 5 nights, or minimum to minimum, if they don't have time, 4 nights. 3 nights, you really feel the time you have started enjoying in your optimum, it's a time to check out.
It's a time to check out. Wow. And so now, if another question which is coming to my mind right now is, or rather, I'll say it's not a question, it's a point. What kind of a traveler should choose a Maldives as a destination? Is it only honeymooner, or is it somebody who just want to relax and go and sleep and explore the property, or is there something an adventure person can do it or something? So, what do you think that Sun Siam and Maldives as a combination? I'll not be talking about any other brands out here. So now that we are talking with you for Sun Siam, so if it is Sun Siam, if somebody is traveling, whether it is Siam World or whether it is some luxury like, as you mentioned, Irufushi or it's Oluweli, what should be a traveler's mind? It should be, so that he or she can plan a travel accordingly.
Maldives is for everyone.
Wow.
It's there is some many things for every guest, from the senior citizens to the family with the kids and all. I'll tell you with I'll give you share this thing, this statement. I'll support it with my examples. We have the largest kids clubs
Kids
in,
club.
yes, in every resort.
So what do you mean by
Like,
kids club?
so kids club, that means we have a trained team there. It has a play area. We have a team who plays with them.
Plays with them. So if there
Yes.
is a single child, so they have a person to play. Kid
So
parents are not worried about it.
yes, from 2.5 years till 12 years, the kids are complimentary.
Wow.
So if they're going with the kids and they want to leave it, and it's not a closed room, it's a closed area as well as open area, but it's purely like they can't go out of that.
So they cannot go in water, but
Yes,
yes, they are in a secured zone.
that's a purely secured zone, and there are many things, many games, and every day, if they are the guests are there for 5 days, every day there's some different concept of games going on. We have a movie time, we have a sleep time, like they have a very small beautiful beds for the girls, for the boys, we have that sleeping room also there. We have mini pools for the kids, so we have created the whole environment from the perspective of the kids,
Kids especially.
from their dream world, or maybe they think they are into that world, that Disney world or whatever they think. We, every resorts, we have connected that dots very smartly. Like for Oluveli, for Siam World, for Irufushi, we have the largest kids clubs, one of the largest kids clubs in Maldives,
Wow.
like spread over more than 1.5, 2 acres.
So now that whosoever are listeners who are with the kids, they can plan to Maldives, they can plan to the Sun Siyam group, they can travel well. The kids will be well taken care of, which is the, this is the very important part of a travel, because
Yes.
many people now, we have our clients who are just born kids, or somebody kids are 2 years, 10. So no, every age group of people with the kids now, for example, from newborn, whether it's under one, infants, which we call, or whether it is 4 years, or whether it is 8 years, or whether 12 years and above. So they have a different challenge. So we did a group from USA again to Maldives, and they were almost, the kids ranging on all the category. So the challenge which we were, before closing the query, which we were facing, was only this, only that what will kids do. So the kid who was 18 years or 17 years, for for parents, he was a kid only. He said now what he will do in Maldives, he is worried about themselves.
True.
So that is what the reason is, where we also get stuck. Acha, Nanda, that already the solution you have given to it, I'll not repeat that solution again. But now, kids come out very big challenge to the parents to plan a vacation. So that's how it
So we
comes
have
to.
for every client who's traveling, we have something much more than what they can think of for our destination. We have like in Oluveli, I don't know whether you are aware of or not. We have adult only island. So Oluveli has been created with 3 islands,
I know.
right? So the third island is adult only island, which we call it Romance Island.
I know.
You know that, right?
So one of my client, they arranged, your team arranged a dinner for them over there.
Ooh.
So they were on honeymoon.
Uh-huh.
So they asked them. I think there was something at that time. There was some busy island. You guys arranged your dinner separately.
Yes. Yes.
You arrange a complimentary dinner, no,
True,
for
true,
that.
true.
So they were busy somewhere. So they arranged it on that island. So they were
It's
happy.
a beautiful island.
I know.
And it's a, like, if your guest wants ki, I want to go only adult island, don't want to see kids or
Absolutely.
anything. So that's Romance Island is created only by keeping in mind
Mhm.
for all couples,
Correct.
right? So that's what the product Sun Siyam is. But in short, if I'll have to say, we have for every segment of the traveler, we have something to offer. And depending on their budget, what they are thinking to spend for this, we have resorts in each of the segments, from 5-star luxury to 4-star deluxe.
Oh. So now coming to, I think we have done ample amount of information
Yes.
about, and we have covered mostly all the topics about the resorts and the Sun Siyam. So now let's come to the closing statement. So how would you invite our viewers, our listeners to the Sun Siyam?
With my experience of travel, and I have traveled many countries as I shared, do come for a unique experience. If you have traveled most of the countries, or if you have traveled within India, do come for the unique experiences not only for the water sports, for the best of the foods, best of the Indian. Like we have got the rave reviews for our chefs and for the guests, or maybe our travel trade people when they travel. Like in Willow Reef, we have one celebrity chef in the name of Nitin Jain,
Wow.
right? He is a YouTuber and he has a good following. One of the Delhi agent was saying, "Ki I bet we have never had this taste. It's a North Indian food, but in our Delhi or North India." So that's the kind of rave reviews here. So for the food, you must come. For experience, for the natural islands, for experiencing the real life, the real pleasure. And we can, as a Sunsham Resorts, we assure you that this trip which you had planned for Sunsham Resorts, it will be always memorable and it will be on your top of the list. Ki this, when you think about all your holidays, this will be on somewhere on the top every time. Ki that's the kind of
That's the
experience
kind
we
of
create for you, your family as a whole.
as a whole, right? So obviously the people come for the experience, and when you get a good hospitality, good experience, definitely that trip becomes a memorable. Because something, I think we travel for love, we travel for experience, we travel for hospitality. That's the where people love to spend money on. That's the place where the luxury comes in. That's the place where I think now the Sun Siyam comes in.
And Sunsham is not only a resort, it's not only the rooms, the experiences, it's about the Maldivian hospitality, which I started our conversation with. Do come and experience our kind of hospitality, what we give. You will, I'm 100% sure you'll be coming back again and again to our resorts.
Wow. So now, if obviously if a person who's confident about this is definitely it's a good product. So you
Thank
know
you.
when you are people usually invite. I'm sure you'll love it. You'll come back or some. If a person is inviting with such a confidence that you'll definitely come back, so I think the product is good.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so very much for your great time and such insights of Sansiam. And I'm assuming that we'll get you the more bookings very soon.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. And thanks to everyone for listening us. And we welcome you. Come and explore Sunsham Resorts.